What happened to the dead after the Battle of Little Bighorn? When we think about the Battle of Little Bighorn, many questions arise, especially regarding what happened to the dead after the fighting stopped. This battle took place on June 25, 1876, and involved the United States Army's 7th Cavalry Regiment against a coalition of Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho tribes. The outcome was a significant defeat for the United States forces, with many lives lost, including that of Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer. After the battle, the treatment of the dead became a critical point of focus. Initially, the Native American forces did not bury the fallen soldiers. Instead, they left them on the battlefield, which was a stark contrast to the burial practices of the United States Army. Several days later, the Army returned to the site to recover their dead. However, the conditions were challenging. The heat was intense, and time was of the essence. As a result, many bodies were buried hastily in shallow graves, or even in mass graves. Later, these remains were exhumed and reburied in a cemetery located on the battlefield. This process was not only about honoring the dead but also about creating a historical record. Archaeological investigations at Little Bighorn have provided a wealth of information about the battle and its aftermath. By examining artifacts and the distribution of remains, archaeologists can piece together the movements and actions of those involved in the conflict. This archaeological work is essential for understanding how the battle unfolded and the immediate consequences that followed. For example, identifying where soldiers fell and how they were buried helps create a clearer picture of the events. The combination of historical accounts and physical evidence allows for a more accurate understanding of what transpired during and after the battle. The study of the Little Bighorn battlefield also emphasizes the importance of how the dead were treated. Archaeological findings reveal the conditions under which the soldiers were buried and how these practices reflected the cultural and historical context of the time. This research not only honors the memory of those who died but also enriches our understanding of the broader historical narrative surrounding the battle. In summary, the fate of the dead after the Battle of Little Bighorn involved a complex interplay of cultural practices and urgent circumstances. The archaeological work at the site continues to contribute to our understanding of this pivotal moment in American history.